left the sunshine behind.
Well, good morning, y'all. Yesterday, we had a little mishap. So let me show you what happened. When I say it's a mishap, no, it's not really even a mishap. It's the dogs are smarter than we thought they were. So look here. We had all these little hooks and everything that we put down in the ground here to keep them from getting underneath the fence. And what do? They figured out how to pull them up and still got out. So this morning I am doing just like we did in Florida and just piling dirt up again along the edge of the fence, on the outside of the edge of the fence, because that seems to be the only thing that keeps them in. So Smokey and Audie decided to take off on a little about a 5 or 6 mile little journey yesterday. They were gone for about 2 or 3 hours, something like that, and they finally came back home. But you know, they went at least 2 miles to the west of us, and then they finally came back. So we're solving that problem. So I'm going to be putting dirt all along that fence, and all of this area right here needs dirt in it anyway to keep the water. You know how weathermen are. You know, they lie. No, they don't really lie, but you know, they don't really know what the deal is. But they're saying tentatively we could get 4 inches of rain this weekend. So I want to get as much dirt in this wet area right now anyway to help avoid that, so that we're not just sitting in rain and puddles again and having to take so long to dry out. So I'm gonna try to get this done this morning, and then get some more dirt up around the shop and what have you like that. So anyway, that's the plan this morning. So let me see what I can get done. All right.
From four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this life with me. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. In the live chats we'll tell you what's new. Sharing our progress.
right, so we got this all raised up quite a bit, and then she started to sink in there again, so we're gonna let this dry out, but at least there's enough dirt along this fence now that they can't push out from underneath it, or enough clay, should I say, because that's what most of this is right here. And we got this little smarty pants mouthy dog over here, and she had figured out how to take this gate and move it outward, right? And she would get underneath it and be able to pull it back, and she'd slide up underneath there, because she figured out that because it flexed right here in the middle, that she could just push hard enough and push it out and make this come out this way, and then this would open up for her down here, and she would be able to sneak out of there. So I put a couple of boards on there until we can get a real gate for there. You know, it is what it is. So just using what I have for now to make it happen. So anyway, at least that part's done for today. We're gonna let that dry out. I wasn't able to get the shelves up in the shop yet because I'm more worried about getting the dirt done over there so I can get the carport up and then start worrying about the other stuff. So anyway, that's about what we're going to call it for right this minute. I am going to take tow truck and see if I can't smooth some of this out so it'll dry better, and we'll just keep digging away until we get things dried out. But I am really worried about this 5 inches of rain that's coming, or 4 inches of rain that's coming. You know, that's half of what we got last time that flooded everything out. So I'll take you out here and show you the pond, and show you, even after it was dry yesterday, I went out there and started pumping the burn pit pond. And now, you know, a day later, come over here and show you. It's kind of crazy, actually. You see, I got a lot more dug on the pond there. And we're gonna go just a little bit deeper over there on that side. The real deep part is gonna be right in here. And but look how much that's filled up. So like I said, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper over there, and then this right in here is gonna be the 10-foot area. And figure with the waterfall and eventually I'll probably build a little deck or something out here, and so there's a little platform so you can jump in it, you know, actually dive in it without having to worry about hitting the bottom. You know, 10 foot, if you can't dive in a 10-foot area, then, you know, you got issues. So eventually we'll keep going with it, y'all. So that's where it's going to go right now. We're going to hook that J around there. I do want to take out a couple more of them trees over there so the ground will dry better, and we still got a few more trees that's got to come out right in here, because I don't want this all just treed up, you know. It doesn't need that many trees. If you clean them out and let them spread out, the ground will dry a lot better because it's getting more sun, and the trees will be much healthier and get bigger. So that's the plan. You know, that's what the people around here keep telling me, is, you know, you only need a few trees, otherwise the land's never going to dry. So that's what I'm going to work on, getting some of that done. You know, I really don't need a whole lot of shade out here. I'd rather see a lot more grass out there anyway than I would shade, you know, because it definitely needs to be able to stay dry, you know. And in the summertime it'll dry out a lot faster, and you know the whole, you know the game. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, let me see if I can't get tow truck fired up and smooth some of this out real quick, and then get started on the next project. All right, I'll be back. All right, y'all, so since we got stuck a little while ago, Mary and I decided to let's switch gears a little bit and get out here and get some of this other stuff done. And that's what we did. So we got out here and did a whole bunch of stuff. We got a couple of big fires going out here, And to see it all, you pretty much have to go to Mary's channel. That's Mary and Miley's Adventures over there, to see all of what we did. And we did, I think we did an amazing job over here today, y'all. So you have to come over here and check it out, or go over there and check it out. But I will show you the fire we got going on here, and that's about the most I can show you, because like I said, a lot of it was we did on Mary's channel. So go over there and check out Mary and Miley's Adventures, and you'll be able to see all of what we did. But let me show you the fire. Look at there. Yeah. So I'm gonna push some of this stuff up in here a little bit, and just to see if we can't get it keep burning, and we'll go from there. So I'll bring you back here in just a minute. All right. So y'all remember the big trash pile we found on the property, right? Excuse me. So we got to pushing back through here. Once I got all of Mary's part done that she wanted to get down, I thought, well, let me go ahead and push back here past the pig pen. Excuse me, where we know this trash pile is at. And now that I've pushed back in here a little bit, we found some handy things that we can use. And we will be getting the scrap guy out here to let him get all this metal and stuff out of here. But we did find a couple other things that we can use around the Gemstead. So I'm going to pull them out now. All right, come on, see what we found. the toolbox. And it's in good shape. One side won't open, but this side opens up. It's not super dirty. Nothing that couldn't be fixed. And I saw that and I thought that was something else, but it's just an old futon frame. But we're gonna go through a bunch of this out here and start cleaning it up. Because, you know, back in here is where we want the pond, so we got to get a bunch of this metal out of here. So I'm going to call the scrap guy after I get done here today and tell him to come out here and come to town. Say, get hot. There's a lot of metal right there that he could get up and do something with. But so here's our trash pile, y'all. This is the one we found when we first got out here. That people have been dumping their trash back here forever. So now that we know we got to it, we got the spot cleared out. Like I said, you're gonna have to go over there to Mary and Miley's Adventures to see all the other cool stuff we did today. And got us a huge fire going. And I think it looks really good out here. What do you think?
Looks awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
So again, go check out her channel to see what happened. Because you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it a lot.
They might even already seeing it.
Oh.
So I'm putting it out today. So, yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, then go over there and check it out, because she's putting hers out today, and this one will come out tomorrow. But anyway, I'm gonna get to cleaning up a little bit more. I had to take a break because Bertha needed some groceries. You know how that goes. She don't run for free. So anyway, I'm gonna get to cleaning up a little bit more of this out here, and then I'm gonna call it a day, because it's already getting that time, right? Oh, okay. So she said I can show it off now because
if it's gonna come out tomorrow or even later, it don't matter.
All right. So hers is coming out already. So she said I can show y'all. So you ready? Here it goes. Look at this. Got the fire going.
But you'll definitely have to go see. I'm hoping you guys like the video.
Yeah, you'll have to go over there and check hers out to see how we did it and what we did exactly. But you can see a lot of what we did here. But she's got it all in detail. But remember these two little old chicken coops, or whatever they were? We went through here and got a bunch of this out. So we're trying to work on clearing a spot here so Miley can have her zip line and stuff, and her Ninja Warrior set back here, and not have to worry about falling on anything and hurting themselves, and the kids can play back here and have themselves a little better area to play back here. We got these giant trees we can put some swings on and all that kind of stuff, and what have you like that. So this all looks really, really good down through here. You see the creek? This is where the water runs now. The water runs off of David's property down through here, and that's what we're trying to do, is keep that flow going down through there to the pond, so that all the water will run off both properties down into that pond. And as far as up here goes, we'll figure out a couple little trails that go down through there too as well. But wow, look at this, y'all. Remember, this is the one we found to begin with, and it was all buried in here and we couldn't see it. So we've got all this going on. Filming you, filming me.
I'm not filming.
So this one will be coming down here soon. We're going to take a lot of the metal off of it and save the T-post and all that stuff, and save all the metal and stuff that we can off of it to reuse it, you know, because we do have hog pens and stuff like that that have to go up. So all of this is going to get reused. And found a hole that started sinking. I was like, yep, all right. As soon as I sunk the first time, that was it. I had to make one more pass through it, and I was like, okay, that's enough. Only because I had to get out of there. But look at that. There's the back of her tent, way back over there. Rachel and Sean, all that. So it's looking beautiful. This is an area we've been wanting to work on for a while anyway, y'all.
And now it's gonna be dry.
Yeah.
Dry.
Because now that it's all cleared out, this is all pretty hard dirt back here. This is a pretty high area back here. So all of this is pretty dry as it is. It was a little slick this morning, just in one spot over there, but now that it's all cleared out, it's gonna dry up good. Oh, we got a turkey vulture up there. We got a big old vulture up there.
Yep, he sure is. He's just walking around.
He's like, what are y'all doing over here?
Yeah, because that's his tree right there.
So what are y'all doing? That's my spot, man. You wanna be on camera, dude? Huh? Smile. Smile. There you go.
Yeah, that's his tree right there.
And that's the tree he hangs out in. It's a big old dead tree.
Yeah, there's usually 1 or 2, maybe even 3. That's around there.
So anyway, we got quite a bit done today, y'all. So we're gonna call it a day. So don't forget, like and subscribe, share, tell all your buddies, tell your neighbors, tell your cousins, tell your friends, tell everybody. Come see us at Junktojems. And you know why? Because you never know what kind of junk we're gonna turn into a gem. Living proof, y'all. See you soon. I'm just gonna push up a little bit more right here and roll this up in there real quick, and then we're gonna call it a day. So I think that's gonna burn for a good bit, y'all. But that's fine. Let it do its thing. I piled up pushed some dirt up around the base of it, so it's not gonna take off and get stupid. And just all that center is good dry wood, so it's nice to see it all go away. Because remember, all the big piles that we had all around here, and now look at it, it's getting down there real fast. So looking forward to getting this done and getting some more out of that way and all that trash gone. So I think now that the trash guy can get back in here, he might be, you know, the scrapper guy, he might be able to come back in here and get her done. So anyway, let's call it a day. We'll see y'all, who knows, maybe later, maybe tomorrow, who knows. All right, so anyway, come see Junktojems. See you soon.